All right, Eric, you got a review of 40 Acres. What is this movie about? And let's hear your review. By the way, 40 Acres, directed and co-written by R.T. Thorne. It hits theaters on July 2nd. Bruce Perky will have his version of 40 Acres in a few moments as well. But here is Eric's review of 40
Yeah,
Acres.
so it's a post-apocalyptic sort of thing. There's a famine and a bunch of people are dying. They're trying to basically the biggest commodity now is land, and not just land, but farmable land because yeah, so many people are starving to death. I think like even animals, like there's not many animals out in the wild. Like those are all dying off. And there's these group of people come up on this farm. I think it's in Canada, and they look like they're gonna sneak in the farm or take something over, and then something just keeps picking them off one by one. It's like, what the? Oh, you see something move behind, and then I think within the first 5 minutes, my math could be off a bit, but the body count was up to 15, something
My
like that.
goodness.
And you come to find out that the people that picking all these people off is this family that owns the farm. So they'll see people come in and they'll all take their positions outside and then just wait and just they don't even think twice. Like someone sitting there bleed like they shot him but didn't kill him all the way. And they're like bleeding and like and they're just ruthless about it. They're like, oh, didn't get it, sorry. Boom. Put a couple in their head and then just go on. And this mom, dad, teenagers, kids, young, all different ages.
Okay.
And they're like a normal family, but like when it comes time to protecting their land, they don't mess around like at all. And then that's like the opening. And you know how we talk about movies where they have that really intense opening and then they go back to the day-to-day life that you don't want to see because you don't care about. They do that here, but it's a post-apocalyptic world. And so their day-to-day life I'm actually interested in because it's not something I do every day. It's not something you do every day. It's something that they do every day. And that's not a world we live in. So that's a lot more interesting to watch than someone hopping out of the shower and brushing their teeth and getting ready for work and we talk to the wife. Ooh, let's read the newspaper. It's not that mundane stuff. It's just you're just watching this world like slowly open up. I'm not quite sure what to say other than that because there are some reveals plot wise, but needless to say, they're on a farm in Canada and people want to keep coming in. You can expect that it got worse than that first group that came in,
I
and
guess
and things get a little more challenging.
from the official plot synopsis, which probably might, you're thinking about whether or not to spoil it.
I wouldn't.
You're not
I
gonna
I
go.
did.
Yeah, you don't. Oh, you don't want to say.
I'm just saying they're on the farm, and the more dangerous people come by
Oh,
that
okay.
than what you saw at the beginning. And I
If
think that's enough. You don't have to delve deeper into that. I don't think.
you don't want to say who the person is, who the woman is, what her job was.
Uh,
Nah.
no, because all that's
Perfect.
intertwined. Like
All
you
right.
start dealing with who she. Yeah, I guess you could say that the oldest son. He goes by the. He keeps seeing this. He keeps seeing this woman like in a nearby lake. If you ever seen Beastmaster, you saw that scene where Dar's like looking at Kira, and I think that's her name. It's been a while since I saw that, but anyway, the oldest son's looking at this woman like taking a bath or swimming in the lake or whatever. And then one night he goes, checks the perimeter, and she's up by the fence. And he reluctantly lets her in. So now he's got her tied up in the barn because he knows that if his mom or his dad or any of his siblings see her, we already know how ruthless. They're not even going to ask questions. They're just going to be like, "Pop, what the hell you doing, son?" You know, that sort of thing.
Very interesting.
They're definitely shoot first and ask questions later. But then that leads up to other stuff that I didn't quite want to talk about. But it also does that Jordan Peele thing. Get out to it's a Stepford Wives kind of movie,
Right.
but it's also like about racial tension. This has that same kind of thing. It's got that. It's basically a siege movie, but then within the action, within the plot, it's doing other social kind of. It's got things on its mind that it talks about, and not least of which is the Canadian family is a Black and Native American family, and most of the people trying to get in are white people. So that right there, they have a certain familiar kind of action from history, and yeah, it was just
Hmm.
one of those movies. It kept going. It just kept blowing me away. I really, Danielle Deadwyler.
She's Haley, right? The mother?
She's a mom. And then I gotta get the name of the oldest brother, Tim O'Connor. Yeah, Michael Greyes.
He's a partner of Haley. He plays Galen.
Yeah. Yeah, and everybody in this movie's great. And the thing is, I know the name Danielle Deadwyler. I'm trying to think where I saw her from in. The rest of the people I don't really know, and that kind of worked to the movie's advantage. Because if this was a thing where it's like starring Brad Pitt and Halle Berry and so on and so forth, this is not a kind of movie that you want known actors in. You want the like fresh faces that you can suspend disbelief and get more, helps you get more into their character. But they're all really great. Looks fantastic. Really love the action in it. Love the it does get really intense, and it's not a horror movie, but it treads that line pretty close and steps across it more than a couple times. But yeah, 40 Acres, do it to it. This movie's awesome.
You might not know the name Danielle, but Eric is wondering where has he seen her from? Possible movies that Eric might have seen her from is The Piano Lesson, which was, I think, released in 2024. That's a Netflix
I don't think
film,
I saw that.
critically acclaimed film. Also, she was in the action movie Carry On, which was on Netflix as well. She played a cop who helps the
Oh, she was in.
Edgerton character in Carry On. She had a pretty big role in that
So
one.
I didn't see this. I saw the TV glow. That's where I
Mm,
heard the name from. I remember everyone was talking about it, but I hadn't seen that. So that's why I didn't recognize her.
okay.
Anyway,
All right. So
recognize the name, and 40 Acres is great.
cool. It's directed and co-written by R.T. Thorne. It's currently in theaters. It hit theaters on July 2nd. What is your rating on 40 Acres, Eric?
I'm debating whether I want to go 5 or 6 on it. 6.9. I think I want to go 6.9. I really like this movie a lot. It's got that, what was that? The A24 movie. It Comes at Night. I really loved It Comes at Night.
Same here.
And this 40 Acres has that same kind of tone to it. But unlike It Comes at Night, this 40 Acres is a lot more direct about what it's about. And it doesn't, because It Comes at Night has, it's mostly tone. It's like creating a certain atmosphere and tone. 40 Acres definitely has that, but it also has the action scenes. It also has the horror elements and the action elements and the blood elements, and it's got all that stuff going on.
Oh, and so you like the way it played out, the final act, the way the
Oh
everything
yeah,
that's
I love everything about this movie.
okay. My gosh, is it possibly when you look at it, might be right up there towards the end of the year? Could be one of your top 20, top 25
I
movies of the
would
year.
say, call me crazy, I would say this movie's as good as Sinners.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't
Whoa.
know, maybe agree, maybe you don't, but I think 40 Acres is quite excellent.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel, like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.